Okay, so about 5 minutes ago I put just about a excuse me, quarter cup of water in here because when we get ready to sauce this, you don't want your meat completely dry because we're going to run this as a wet sauce and the wet sauce needs to steep. So I put just about a quarter cup in, but as you can see here, trying to hold the phone in one hand, and I have done nothing to this, haven't pulled anything. Simply stirred it with a spoon about 10 minutes ago, and this is basically what we ended up with. It actually cooked down and fell apart on its own. So again, the reason I put about a quarter cup of water in here about 5 minutes ago is to get it upheated. We're going to put the sauce in now. Now, I'm not going to do the whole vid taking everything here on the vinaigrette sauce and sauces we're using and everything. I should have, I don't know if YouTube's taking it down or not, but I did have the vids on the different barbecue sauces, the homemade barbecue sauces, the vinaigrette sauces, the sweet sauces and all that. So if they're not up, just leave me a comment and I will put them back up. But basically what I have here, I just used an old bottle to mix my sauce in. But this is a honey vinaigrette. And again, the reason we want a little bit of water in here is because when we pour the sauce in, and again, I'm trying to like hold the phone, look out from behind it and do this and stir one-handed, which I'll have to stir this better after I set the phone down. But the reason we want a little bit of water in here is because this is going to be a sweet, it's going to be a sugar based, and you don't want to put it on dry meat because you want to let it steep. Now here's the thing, once we get to this point, you have to turn this heat down. Otherwise, because the sugars in the sauces, they're going to start burning and sticking. Now, because I'm making it for the boys, and because this was some vinaigrette sweet sauce that I was making for dipping sauce, we're going to use this for sandwiches. We're just going to throw a little bit of Frank's in here. I see just a little bit because me, normally I'd pour the whole bottle in on mine. Let's just throw just a little bit of Frank's in there, just for a vinegary light flavor. I want to add just a little bit more of my homemade vinaigrette sauce. And of course it's going to be wet. See if I can get around here and elbow the pan so I can hold it and stir it. But this is basically what we're going to have. Now, it looks a little bit mushy right now. That's the camera. Kind of looks like refried beans through the camera, but it's actually not. That's just some good, fibrous pulled pork barbecue. But now, because we add a little bit of water in here, as this sets, probably not going to take much more than 5 minutes. And that will steep in and boil out. So I will cover it. Get my lid back. And so now that will sit there and steep, and that will firm up. So it'll be just like a regular pulled pork, pulled whatever meat sandwich. But when it firms up, it won't look like mush. Again, I hate this camera, and this is not doing the meat justice. But that gives you a good idea of what we're doing with this. And as you can see there, the meat's completely shredded apart on its own. We didn't do anything to shred it. And so this is going on. I thought that we're going to use for barbecue sandwiches, but she wants to take the Hawaiian rolls and make sliders, which that's fine. So since she's doing that, I'm going to go start on the coleslaw. And that way she can have some coleslaw to go on hers. But again, basically just for your deer barbecue, start to finish, you see what we started with and you see what we ended up with. Now again, this is wet, but this will dry as it sets. And also, as it sets, turn my heat up just a little. I got a little too low. But what's going to happen is because the sugars and everything in the sauce, that's going to thicken. And so the sweetness of the sauce will actually thicken and you'll basically end up with just some real nice firm pulled meat sandwiches. So that's that for that. If I need to make another part after we get this boiled off, just leave me a comment down there. If not, again, this isn't completed product, but you can see what it's going to look like once it's done, and you can see there's no chunks, there's no tough spots, and so this is what we're left with. Hawaiian rolls, hamburger buns, whatever. You can leave it really wet if you want, but I prefer to cook it down, let the sugar start to caramelize and firm, and then you've got just a good wet sauced pulled meat sandwich.